Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our third episode for WordCamp Asia 2023 Contributor Day webinar series. My name is Ahmed, and I'll gladly be hosting this promotional webinar series. And today we have a special guest with us, one of my colleagues from the Contributor Day team. So we have Lex joining us today. So, Lex, how are you doing today? You're muted.
Hi, Ahmed. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Those who are listening from YouTube, Facebook, or whichever your favorite streaming platform is. Thank you. It's good to be here. I'm doing good. How are you, Ahmed?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for
Great.
asking.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
following the previous few episodes, if you have joined us, great. If you are joining us for the first time, today is our third episode, and today's episode marks the beginning of a series within a series where we talk about the different teams which will be taking part at the Contributor Day WordCamp Asia 2023. So today we have a few teams which Lax will be discussing alongside me and sharing his opinion. He's also going to be sharing his experience with us today. So, Lex, can we begin?
Yeah, sure. Let's get started.
Excellent. It's going to be a great episode. So, Lex, I'll first give you the floor to introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So, those who already don't know me I'm Lax. Lax Mariappan. I'm currently from India. I also live in the Philippines. I'm a backend engineer. I started my WordPress career in 2010. I started using WordPress for my college project in 2008 or 9. So since then, I started using WordPress more, from WordPress.com to self-hosted WordPress, and I started also customizing and developing WordPress. So it's like I'm not looking back to any other CMS so far. I work with other open source platforms and CMS. uh, the love for WordPress is always growing, especially due to the people like you, like the community active support, and everything. And also good to see WordPress catching up with React, modern tooling, and also now, as a decoupled or headless WordPress. There is a lot of things with WordPress, and I always admire, enjoy, and also happy to be part of WordPress communities. I've attended few WordCamps. I've been a speaker right now, as a volunteer organizer as well. So it's good. So thanks for making all this stuff possible. Thank you.
Excellent, Lex. We will hear more about your contribution stories and I will ask you a few questions later. But the first thing I want to focus at, we have our make WordPress dedicated Slack channel, right, where people can join in and collaborate with different teams. There's cross team collaborations. So the first thing I want to point in for everyone is that the calendar. So there is this calendar, right? We have this calendar link displayed in the screen, and we'll also be sharing it in our comments. Can you please tell us what's the benefit of this calendar and why do we need this?
Yeah, so WordPress is 100% distributed. So you all know, even before pandemic, it's like, uh, there are few companies in the world who are fully distributed, and WordPress is also having multiple teams, not just. So you may be using a lot of plugins. It's not just plugins. We have plugins, themes, and there are other core WordPress teams. So all these teams, the contributors and also the maintainers, developers, are from different time zones. So it's like if you are really interested in maybe plugin development, if you are interested in like WordPress CLI, if you are interested in themes or anything, so you may want to contribute, you want to be a part of the team, but sometimes it's like the time zone may be a challenge. So that's where this calendar and this it comes into play. So you can join, the all are welcome. Like there is no entry level, or sorry, there's no gatekeeping involved here. So if you are interested, even if you are absolute beginner, you don't have much experience in contributing, you are welcome. You can just join and see how people discuss things, how everything gets planned. I get that totally. You might be not a coder, you're not a developer or a designer, you might be a site owner, or you might use page builders to build your site. I totally get all that. So you might be having complaints about WordPress, right? So this meeting calendar can be your launch pad. So you can just join, and see the meetings, how it goes. You can join the Slack channel. You can ask for help. And also, if you have any feedback, comments, you can talk to the maintainers directly. So those type of the stuff, it's actually happening, but it's not that like a lot of people just complain in maybe in Facebook groups and everywhere. It's like instead you see the how much effort, how much time in people putting on every release, every stuff. So then you will realize. I joined WordPress Slack channel like almost a year ago, or maybe 1 or 2 years ago. So then I always see how developers and contributors they spend their time. Even I see people working on their weekends. So it's like, and it's not a paid stuff or anything. They may get small sponsorship, but it's like they are just contributing their free time. So this meeting calendar can be
That's right.
your go-to place if you want to just contribute, or just to know to another level. Like you may know, you may read some articles, you may watch some videos, but it's like if you want to go and check out the live meetings and stuff, bookmark this one. So, and we will be sharing this link in all our social media channels. Please take
Yeah.
note of.
Excellent. So, reminding our viewers, do let us know from where you're joining so that we know which folks are actually tuning in today. So, we have Eugene saying, hello, WordCamp Asia folks. Hi, Eugene. Thank you for tuning. O'Neill Rosero,
Yeah.
apologies, saying, woohoo, watching from the Philippines. So, Lex, you may know O'Neill.
Yeah, I know him. Going to meet
All
him in
right.
person anyway. Waiting for the
Excellent.
WordCamp. Yeah.
Excellent. Right. So let us just watch a video, and this video comes from the Make WordPress Marketing Team YouTube channel. It's a tutorial, more like a mini tutorial for our folks, those who have already joined the Make WordPress Slack channel. And if you haven't joined in already and you want to contribute in the future, this video will be helpful for you. Eugene says Eugene is joining us from Bumthang, Bhutan. Thank you so much for joining. We'll be coming back answering your questions as well. So first up, we have a video for you on how to set up your WordPress.org account, as well as joining the Make WordPress Slack.
There are many ways to get involved with the WordPress project. You can find more information on the various teams at make.wordpress.org. Communications for the different teams is done via the WordPress Slack. Information on how to join the WordPress Slack can be found at make.wordpress.org/chat. Here you will find information on how to get registered and started with Slack, as well as links to install Slack apps, which are available for Windows, Mac, iOS and Android devices. To gain access to the WordPress Slack, first you need to register for or log into your WordPress.org account. To register for a WordPress.org account, go to login.wordpress.org and click the link to create an account. On the page make.wordpress.org/chat, you will also see a link to login to WordPress.org. On the create account page, you can set your username, lowercase letters and numbers, and set your preferred email address for your account. After filling in both fields, click Create Account. This window should also show a prompt for you to check your email for a confirmation link to set your password for your account. Here we can add in some optional information such as web URL, your location, occupation and interests. Don't worry too much about filling all these in, as you can come back to them later by editing your profile on WordPress.org. Next, check your email account for the email from WordPress.org. You will see a link in the email that will take you to a page where you can set your password for your WordPress.org account. Now that we have our WordPress.org account set up, we can go back to the page make.wordpress.org/chat. You will see that the content on this page is now changed. Under the section heading Joining the WordPress team on Slack, you will see some information. This will tell you that an email account has been set up for you, which forwards to your own email account. After that paragraph, you will see a link to click to receive the invite from the WordPress Slack. Go ahead and click that link. The page content will change once more, letting you know an invite has been sent to you. Go ahead and check your emails. Be sure to also check for spam and junk folders just in case. In my inbox, I now have an email from Slack. This includes the link to join the Make WordPress Slack. Clicking this link will take you to your account setup page on Slack. Enter your full name here. I'm using a dummy name just for the purposes of this video. Also be sure to use a good strong password. You can also choose to accept emails from Slack. Since this is a demo account for this video, I will choose not to have the email sent to me. Click Create Account. It can take some time for the account to be set up and proceed to the next page, so please be patient. Once you are in, you will have some options available to you. These include sending a message to a friend or fellow team member to let them know that you have joined the WordPress Slack. You can also add a profile image and set notification preferences. There are also links to download the Slack app for your current device. On the left under Channels, you will see a couple of default channels to get you started. You can add or remove, or join or leave, any of the channels available. To add or join a channel, click the plus sign next to Channels or the Add a Channel link below the list. Here I will choose to add the accessibility channel. When you first click the channel, you will see some information on that channel, including topic description, meeting times, creation date, and also the number of members in the team. You can either click the preview for a sneak peek or click join at the top right. Preview allows you to scan the channel without joining or adding it to your list of channels. Within preview, you can then click to add or join that channel. Now that you have Slack set up, it's now a good time to go back and complete some of your details on your WordPress.org profile. Your profile image is pulled in from your Gravatar. So setting up your gravatar.com account with a suitable photograph is a great place to start. After that, return to your WordPress profile page and personalize your forum and WordPress.org profiles.
All right. So I feel like that was very straightforward. And I think our viewers, as well as the contributors all across the world, will be able to take advantage of that mini tutorial. I just want to remind our viewers that there are the same video available in the Make WordPress Marketing Team YouTube channel, which has multiple languages. And you may also find your language video with caption and subtitle there. All right, let's see what comments we're getting. So Sandilia Kafle from Nepal. Hi Lex, thanks for sharing. And also we're getting questions from different joinees. So we have Arslan Kalwar saying hi folks. And also some comments. Eugene saying make WordPress Slack in Jonga will coming soon before or after WordCamp Asia. I mean, I think it's a question. Will coming soon before or after WordCamp Asia? Eugene, it's a question. I don't think I can fully understand. Maybe add a few more comments and we'll try to answer. So we have a question from Eugene. Another question. Hi Lex, thanks for sharing how you begin your journey with WordPress and keen to know more in person at WordCamp Asia 2023. So Lex, before we start talking about the teams, maybe you can share a little bit of your journey, very briefly, with our viewers, how you started contributing to WordPress.
Yeah, so in 2010, I started using WordPress as a content management system. So that time, I think certain features that we use are not there now. So I don't know how to create menus and stuff properly. So I'm not a technical guy. I mean, I'm a self-taught programmer. I learned some through the courses and boot camps, but I'm from a life sciences, like a biology background. So I didn't know how things work, how to create a new menu, all that stuff. And that's where I started using WordPress forums. So I asked my questions and I got people answering questions. And then I had a problem, like I wanted to display Facebook feed in a site. So I wrote the code and I got it working. But one of my colleagues explained that this could be a plugin that anyone can use it. So those days, like in 2011, Facebook didn't had Facebook feed. Like now you can just embed an iframe, like you can just get the copy the code and add it to any website. But those days it's not. So you have to fetch the data through uh, XML and then parse the data and display it. So I wrote a small snippet, like a small code, and that display the data from any Facebook page, any public page, and I made it into a plugin. So it was kind of rewarding. So I think my plugin was kind of outdated and even actually obsolete. That was my first contribution, but it became obsolete because you don't need an extra widget or you don't need any extra plugin in WordPress. Facebook gives you just an iframe. So I didn't stop giving updates or maintaining that plugin. But that was a rewarding experience. I got really learned a lot about how to contribute to WordPress, how to how the plugin review system takes place, and also I always get support tickets and also positive as well as also some critical feedback as well. So that helped me to improve my coding standards and everything. It was until that time it was like 90,000 downloads, so it was kind of a popular plugin at that time.
All right. Thank you for sharing that story. We'll learn more about you. And as Eugen says, he's looking forward to meeting you in person. So let's
Yeah,
start
same here.
our today's discussion. We're almost 15 minutes past the time. It seems like we've been talking for ages, but I just want to know from you which teams you want to talk about today.
Yeah, I want to talk about photos, patterns, themes, and meta. So it's like because it's since it is the first episode in the series within the series, so it's the first time we are going to talk about the teams. So I want to go with the
Yeah,
teams that anyone can join, and it should not be for developers, designers, or anything. So
that's
let's
right.
let's get started with maybe photos.
Sure.
So
Let
yeah.
our viewers know about the photos.
Yeah. So you may already be aware, like WordPress now allows photos as well. I mean, for open source photos. So you can see, you can search by photos, and if you want to contribute, this is the guide. So go to this make blog, so you can find how to contribute to photos. So one thing is to be like the photos will be open sourced, so you can add more information about your photo. You will get credit for that too. um, Also it's like you don't so this is another cool or fun way to contribute, and you don't need any extra. For example, you don't need to be a professional photographer, or you don't need any costly equipments. So if you are love and taking photographs, and you don't even also have to travel or you know go to some popular places, or what do you call it, like you don't have to be a professional photographer for this one. So for example, if you are attending a WordCamp and you see a temple, masjid, or a church nearby, so you can take a picture of it. So if someone wants to out of let's say place like that, they can use it. So if you see a school nearby, you can take pictures of the school or school kids or anything. Like if you like something good and you take a picture of it, and you can make a this is another fast way to open source it. And we all know WordPress is being used by 43% of the internet right now. And so 43% of the internet is just the number of websites, but imagine the amount of people, like the reach it will be. So if you are submitting a photo to WordPress, so it means like a lot of people can search, find, and use it. And since it is what do you call it, so since it is open source, it's like anyone can use it. It's not about to just to limit it to WordPress. So if you are, let's say you are using a social media post, you are creating a featured image, or you're creating something else, still people can go and use it. And if you want to contribute, so this is like you have any idea about contribution, or if you feel like, oh, I don't know, you have the imposter syndrome, all that stuff, like begin with photos. And we have table leads for every team. So team lead will help you out, like where to get started and what to do. So, and also we will have experienced team members who will be joining the event in WordCamp Asia. So, and Thailand is a very beautiful country. So if you, I'm sure you will be hanging out in the beach. So you will be contributing photos as well.
That's right. Thailand is full of culture, full of history, and full of colors. So,
Yeah.
while contributing to make photos team, there's also the WordPress photo directory, which contains all of the approved photos that have been submitted. So it's all there. So next team, let's go move to the next team. I think you mentioned themes, right? One
Teams.
of the
Yeah. Yeah.
more popular themes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you want to
So
talk about that now.
yeah, let's go. So themes, this is one of my favorite stuff about WordPress. So you can change the look and feel of a website using just a click, right? You can install a theme and it's there. So you can change the look immediately. So you might be using themes for a while, or you may created a child theme, or you may created a small variation, or you may forked a theme and made it something better. And this requires a little coding knowledge. So you can be so right now it's like full site editing makes themes possible with just theme.json. So you don't need to write code from scratch. So if you find a theme, you can just do some small modifications and tweaks, and you can make it a brand new theme out of it. And also, let's say you may be a commercial or a theme author who's selling themes, or your team, you may be creating themes for your clients. And if you want to contribute to the themes, so that's a good place. So it will help you both professionally, and also, a theme review team maintains like a theme sniffer, PHP coding standards, and also the documentation. So you can contribute to all of it, and also you can be a reviewer. So if you want to contribute to themes, just make sure you join at the registration and then head over to the teams. So we'll be our own. So we are proud to say our contributor day lead, Sandelia Kafle, will be there. So he's the currently one of the from the themes team. So he will be personally in touch with you and helping you out, and also the other team leads as well.
Absolutely. So Eugene earlier mentioned about the Zonka language. He meant that the opening your Make WordPress org profile and joining the Slack, that video is coming on the Zonka language as well. Thank you so much. Also, he mentions that fresh WordPress contribution would be the photo, and I appreciate the team behind WordPress for introducing photo contribution. Absolutely, Eugene. We all love sharing photos. Now, before we talk about the other two teams, next we have a sub team. I just want to share a video, very small video, a couple of videos. Round one speakers for WordCamp Asia have been announced. Let us have a look at the speaker, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
All right, excellent. Now we have a great lineup on round one speakers. Let us have a look at the round two speakers, and then I have another question for Lax. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So my first impression seeing the speaker lineup so far, I know more speakers are being announced, is that I see a lot of long time contributors to WordPress, folks who have been contributing for so long, and they have dedicated so much of their volunteer hours to the WordPress project. So Lex, my question to you is, do you have any favorites among the 16 that we saw? Any session
Yeah,
you're looking forward to?
I'm a backend engineer. I write code, for migrating content and all that stuff. So CLI is my favorite thing. So I'm excited to meet Alain, the maintainer of WP CLI project. So, and also other speakers as well. And one thing I noticed also is the what do you call it, inclusivity or diversion in everything. So it's not about only one specific country or it's from a region or anything. So it's good to have everyone, and so that's good to see. I'm excited to see the other announcements as well.
I could not agree more. The speakers team has been doing an amazing job with the diversity that is there in the speaker lineup. So kudos to them. Also, if it's a time to give shout outs, I must give shout out to the AV team, the designer team, the marketing team, and the sponsored team for making sure that our webinar runs smoothly, because it's something new for our attendees and contributors. We must also give thanks to our global leads, the mentors who are actually making sure that everything goes smoothly. Anyways, we have crossed 25 minutes. So Lex, next we have a sub team which is becoming very popular.
Yep.
It's part of the themes team, but we're actually referring to the pattern. Can you talk about the patterns, please?
Yeah. So if you are using, let's say, a page builder like Elementor, DV, or Visual Composer, Avada, or anything like, so you will be using repeated sections, right? Some page builders call it as a section, some of them call that as a template, and we call that as a block pattern in Gutenberg. So the concept is like you create a pattern and you can use it across your websites. And how about like you create something cool and make it like available to 43% of the web? So that is cool, right? So if you are want to use Gutenberg patterns, you create them and then share it with others. And the good thing is like there is also a reviewer team, and your pattern is going to be reviewed and then get approved. So this is another great way to show your skills. You don't have to be a designer or a developer. So it is kind of very simple, like a drag and drop builder. So this is another way. So even if you are very new to Gutenberg, I would recommend still like, just see how it works, and I'm sure you'll able to create a cool pattern within few minutes. So that's my story too. I attended WordCamp Kathmandu, and I created my first ever pattern, and I also got it approved. So I'm so happy about it. So you will also
Congratulations,
experience it.
Lex.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So the block pattern directory has all the approved patterns, and this is also a place where you can use pre-approved or ready pattern to your WordPress site. So that's also an amazing concept. So moving forward, we have a few comments. Eugen says his favorite is Saif. I think he's referring to Saif Hassan. And he also says, I once attended an online WordPress event. He's amazing speaker. So I believe all the speakers in the WordCamp Asia lineup are amazing in their own way. But Eugene, thank you so much for sharing your preference. And let's move on with our next team. We have one more team to discuss. We're almost reaching 30-minute mark. So the meta team, and the meta team is actually something that everybody looks up to. So let's talk about the meta team while I fix the URL. Lex.
Yeah. So, if you are a WordPress developer or a site builder, you maybe already know what the meta means, right? Now, I'm not talking about the other social media meta. So, meta refers to something within you. So, we will be adding, editing, maintaining, or fixing the websites within WordPress. So, WordPress has a lot of blogs, especially for every team that you've seen. Like right now, it's around like 20 plus teams that are being working so hard to keep WordPress up to the mark, to the standards, and also keep it user friendly, engaging, and everything. So all these websites need your contribution, so you can go and edit them, add more content, fix some content, update it. Maybe let's say if you find something to add, you can add that stuff. So that's where meta teams comes into play. So you take a look at the meta team handbook and you can get started. Every meeting, like we mentioned, happens via Slack. So you can join the meta channel and then you can able to see when they are meeting, be a part of their conversation and share your comments. So if you are, it's your new time, if you are new to the contributor stuff and you are joining the thing very first time, you will be like register for meta team and you can able to see how they work, and the table lead will help you, and also our whole team is there, so we'll be happy to assist you on that one.
Absolutely. You can also see the URL for the meta track where you can find all the tickets that has been reported related to meta, and you can leave your comments, you can test, you can recreate the issue, and so on. Anyways, I think that pretty much wraps our discussion for this episode. I just want to give thanks to Lex for giving his time and again contributing to WordPress furthermore. And also would like to give shout out to Bhutan, to Pakistan, to Nepal, to Philippines, and anyone who's been joining. This is just based on the comments that I saw for our stream. So Lex, any closing remarks or messages for our contributors before uh, the actual contributor day happens? Just reminding, 17 to 19 February 2023 is the schedule for WordCamp Asia 2023 to happen, the biggest WordPress event in Asia, one of the three only flagship WordCamps in the world. So Lex, what is your message for our audience?
Yeah, don't feel shy or like imposter syndrome, or don't get intimidated if someone is a seasoned contributor. Even if you are a beginner, even if you are not a programmer or a designer, you're still welcome, and you can contribute more. Like coding is like one part of the way to contribute, but it's like you can take photos, patterns, and like you can translate. And we talked about only 4 teams today. Also, please support us in joining and watching the other part of this series. There's going to be a lot of other upcoming episodes. I hope you will enjoy the event, and you will learn more by contributing. The best way to learn is by doing it. So it's like if you are going to contribute on anything, you're going to learn more about WordPress, and it's going to help you both personally, professionally, and I'm sure it will be proud and happy moment for you.
Exactly. Eugene says thanks, Lex and Ahmed, and we thank Eugene back for his contribution, for his time, as well as any volunteers in the WordPress ecosystem that we have. So we thank everyone for joining, for tuning in, and reminding you exactly a week later on Tuesday, 2 p.m. UTC. I will be back with another guest. It could probably be Lex or it could be someone else. But until that is announced, we want you to pay attention to our social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, from wherever you join in. Plus, check our official website for all the latest news, all the announcements, and whatever is there. Be sure to check the official page also for dedicated information on contributor day, speakers, and other events that's happening with WordCamp Asia. So until the next episode happens, I, Ahmed, along with Lex, we say goodbye, and we will hopefully be joining with you again next week. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in. Bye bye.